Okay, so continuing 2.3, we have this question that we know the derivative at x equals a is the slope of the tangent line. So what if we were trying to find the equation for that tangent line? So basically, we're going to use that point. We have a and f of a because we know what the function is. And so you can use y equals mx plus b. You know m is the derivative, that's the slope, and use f of a and a, so m times a plus b, find b, and then that's the, you would have then your equation for your tangent line. Or I will do some examples of this, so don't panic. I should denote this maybe. This m, that's the derivative at x equals a. So you could do that, or you can do what's called point slope form, where you do y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So m is still your derivative, and x1 y1 is equal to a f of a. So you would plug in, like y minus f of a equals m times x minus a. And then you have an equation for that line, solve for y. So let's actually do some examples of that. So we want to find the equation of the tangent line at these given points for x. So we have f of x is 8x minus x squared at x equals 2. So f prime of x, we're going to do it in pieces. This would be 8 times 1 times x to the 1 minus 0 minus 2 times x time to the 2 minus 1. So you're looking at 8 x 1 minus 1. I'm sorry. I'm trying to write all these details. Okay, this is x to the first, so decreasing that power would be x to the 0. And then exponent down front, decrease it by 1. So you're looking at 8 minus 2x. And then you want to do f prime of 2 to get the actual slope of the tangent line at 2. So you have 8 minus 2 times 2, which is 8 minus 4, which is 4. This equals m. This is the slope of the tangent line at x equals 2. Okay, so then how do we want to find f of 2, which is going to be 8 times 2 minus 2 squared, going back into the original equation. That is 16 minus 4, which is 12. So our ordered pair a f of a is equal to 2, 12, and m is 4. So you can do y equals mx plus b, or do the point slope form. So we have y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So y minus 12 equals 4 times x minus 2. And that would give you the equation for the tangent line, or that is the equation for the tangent line at x equals 2. This next one I will do with y equals mx plus b, just so that we have it. Let's first figure out, well, let's just do the derivative, that's fine. So f prime of x is going to be 0 minus 3 minus 2x. Again, that is using the power rule. The derivative of a constant is 0. This is a power of 1, so the new power on x would be 0. This is a power of 2, so the new power would be 1, and that 2 goes in front. Okay, so we want to know what the derivative is at 3. So we have negative 3 minus 2 times 3. So negative 3 minus 6, which is negative 9. I should be doing this at -3. Sorry. -3, -3 will be -3 plus 6, which is 3. So if we're trying to do y equals mx plus b, I know that this is m. So I have y equals 3 times x, which is -3 plus b. What is y there? That would be f of -3. 10 times negative 10 minus 3 times -3 minus -3 squared. That's 10 plus 9 minus 9. That's 10. So that's our y. So we have 10 equals -9 plus b. So 19 is b. So then we have y equals m, which is 3, x plus 19. And that is the slope of your tangent line at x equals -3. So there's a lot going on. When you're finding the equation for a tangent line, you need to first find the derivative, and then you want to know the derivative at that particular value for x. So plug in that value for x. That would be the slope of the tangent line at that x value. Then you need to figure out the ordered pair there, use point slope form or slope intercept form, and figure that out. I'm going to skip that one for now and do these application problems. Maybe not all of them. We'll see how things go. All right. A city's population T years from now can be estimated from the formula P of T is 9,000 plus 500 T minus 72 times the square root of T. Find the rate at which the city is growing after 4 years. So we want the instantaneous rate of change at x equals 4. So we want to know P prime of 4. So we need to first find P prime of T, which would be 0 plus 500 using the power rule. The derivative of a constant is 0, the derivative of 500 t to the first, that t would become t to the 0. And then minus 72 times 1/2 times t. Now this, remember this would be 72 t to the 1/2. So 1/2 down front and then decrease it by 1. So that would become negative 1/2. So then we have 500 minus 72 over 2 is 36 t to the negative 1/2. And if you plug in 4, would be 500 minus 36 times 4 to the negative 1/2. over 2, 500 minus 18 is 482. This is the rate at which the city is growing, 482 people per year. Find the rate at which the city is growing after 9 years. We would do P prime of 9. The same thing, plug it in. So 500 minus 36 times 9 to the negative 1/2. That would be 488 people per year. All right. The total cost of producing X units of a product is given by C of X. The cost of producing X units is 4,000 plus 25X minus 0.2X squared, where X is between 0 and 50. Find the rate of change in the cost when X equals 10. So we want to know C prime of 10. So what we are going to do is figure out what C prime is, C prime of X. So that would be 0 plus 25 minus 2 times 0.2 times x to the first. So 25 minus 0.4x. So c prime of 10 would be 25 minus 0.4 times 10. 25 minus 4 is 21. This is units rate of change in cost, $21 per unit. Okay, B, the rate of change of cost from X is 30, so you would do C prime of 30 and figure out what that is. I believe that this is $13 per unit. So in this case, like, the more that this company is making, the more cost effective it is, basically. Making like one of something isn't really cost effective, but if they make 30 of them, it's better. The rate of change in cost is decreasing as they produce more. So they've got to find that that balance. And our next example is about a factory operating from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Total fuel consumption varies according to the formula F of T is 0.9 T squared minus 0.3 T to the 1/2 plus 20. T is the time in hours after 6 a.m. and F of T is the number of barrels of fuel oil. So this is fuel consumption at a factory, T hours after 6 a.m. How much oil is consumed by noon? So how many hours after 6 a.m. is that? That's 6 hours. And this is just how much fuel is consumed, so no derivative, just F of 6. Figure out what that is. I believe that this is 51.67 barrels of fuel. What's the rate of consumption of fuel at 10 a.m.? In this case, you want to find F prime of 10 a.m. is how many hours for F, rate of consumption of fuel at 10 a.m. The F prime of 4. So figure out the derivative and then plug in 4. The average rate of consumption from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. The average, you're going to do the slope of the secant line. So this is going to be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. 6 a.m. would be 0 hours after 6 a.m. 2 p.m. is 6, 7, 8 hours after 6 a.m. So this is x1, this is x2. And you want to find F of 8 minus F of 0. I believe when you do this, you should get something like 7.09 barrels per hour. And on the one above here, the rate of consumption, 7.13 barrels per hour, I think. Okay. A company's total sales in millions of dollars 2 months from now are given by this thing. S prime, you can do that. Find S for it, S prime for it, you can do that. Verbally interpret these results, words, no math symbols. I would have to tell you the answers to these things to do that. But so S of 4 is telling you 4 months from now, the company's total sales are whatever number you get. Ooh. Whatever you get, and then S prime of 4 tells you the rate of change of total sales. Oh, 4 months from now. This is is blank. This is that it's some dollar increase from the 4th to 5th month for the next month. All right. I think you can figure out this one as well. A, B, and C, none of them require a derivative. C, you're going to do the slope between those two things. D is the only one where you're going to do a derivative. You're going to do f prime of 1 because this is population past 2 p.m. So the rate of change at 3 p.m. would be f prime of 1. The rest is just function values there. Okay, if you want to see any of this stuff worked out more, just send me an email. I'm happy to do that. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thank you.